Hello everyone, I am Matthew Thomas with Super Cool Radio. I got a very special guest with me at this time. Hailing from New York, he is the frontman of Wildstreet, and they recently released a brand new album entitled Wildstreet III. Please welcome Eric Jayk.
All right, thank you. It's good to see you. Thank you for having me on the show again, and yeah, and it's awesome. So thank you.
Yeah, of course, dude. I'm glad we're able to do this again, and also at the date of this recording, it's actually your birthday. So happy birthday to you, my man.
Thanks, man. Let me tell you, releasing your album that you've worked on for 10 years, and releasing a music video and having your birthday on the same day. It's a little crazy, but I like crazy, so it's good.
Oh yeah, for sure. I can only imagine releasing all that stuff and also having a birthday. It's got to be very fulfilling in some way, but also very stressful too.
Yeah, it's just crazy. It's like one thing goes off and it's like happy birthday, and the next thing that goes off is like check out this music video by Wildstreet. Like, oh. Or even the ones that are the funniest are like, happy birthday, Eric, here's a Wildstreet video. And it's like, okay. I think it's awesome. Thank you for supporting my music. I don't know which account to reply from Wildstreet or from Eric Jayk, but it's definitely appreciated.
Have you done for both, from Wildstreet and you?
Yeah, I just, like, most people know that I take care of most of the social pages. So I think everybody just expects me to respond anyway.
You're very prompt. I have noticed that with the social media. You are very prompt with everything. You do keep everything on track, especially like with releases and stuff. So definitely, I know you can and you will respond to everybody. Yeah,
I plan to. I always try to respond to everybody. I will try to get to everybody who wrote today. Maybe not all today, though.
Yeah, you need a little time for yourself. You need a nice time to relax, especially on your birthday. Yeah. But the big reason I want to chat with you, as I mentioned in the intro, so Wildstreet just dropped a killer new album, Wildstreet III. How does it feel to actually finally release Wildstreet III?
Well, okay, so it's like this, 2 years ago, we had this finished product, and we knew who Wildstreet was. We knew exactly what the band, was, the potential of the band, and where we were going musically, and et cetera, et cetera. We knew all this stuff for 2 years, and we've been slowly releasing singles, building momentum, and waiting for the right label to step in, and Golden Robot Records has been awesome. So now that the album is out, it's like now we're showing our face. People understand what Wildstreet is, and I think those who have seen us live understand what in that setting also what Wildstreet is. And everything to do with the album is I feel like it's really important. Like the artwork, for example, we have two great artists. We have our friend Adam Carini and Andrew Tremblay, who've been kicking ass on the.
Oh, you go for it.
With the chart. So they've been killing it on the artwork, and the artwork is just as important as the music, in my opinion, and everything goes into it. It's like, I'm not David Bowie. I can't draw it myself and come up with the ideas. I have two guys who are very capable of coming up with whatever ideas we either talk through, or in most cases, I give them somewhat an idea of what I may think could work, but I usually just send them some songs, and then do their thing, and I'm cool with it because I trust them. You know? But like our photos too, like we try to get good have a good visual, have our best visuals out there. So, and with the video that we just released for Mother, which also came out today.
Yeah, you're very busy today with everything.
Yeah, we got a really great director. His name is Vicente Cordero, and he. Lucky for me, I use my United card for everything. Like I don't use a debit card. I don't pay in cash. I collect air miles, right? So, and because it's helped before in getting plane tickets for tour. Then you don't have to worry about one ticket, But I had some extra air miles that and I flew him from LA here, and I had talked to the star, Katie Alexis, about being in Still Love You originally. But at that time it was still very heavy in the pandemic times. So, and she couldn't do it, but she was the first person that I asked for Mother, and it turned out perfect, honestly. I picked the right team, and the band killed it. Like, the band's been killing it at shows, so, the performance shots are really, really, really good. And so, so today we released that video, and I think it's definitely my favorite video because it's exciting. You know what I mean? It's really exciting. And it's just, okay, the last thing I'm going to say about this, and then we can move on, but it's a 7.5 minute song, right? And first of all, that's a really long song. But the song doesn't feel like, I don't feel like the song feels like it's 7 minutes. It builds and develops in the right way so that you keep wanting more. But we had 7 hours to shoot a music video for a 7.5 minute song. That's not very much time. We had, and lucky for us, we had a really great director. So, and we all brought it. Like, we were all exhausted and beat up after tour. And the day after, they're like, oh my God, Eric, what are you doing? Why are you making us shoot a video the day after tour? I was like, it's the only time, and we really want to do this. And because, from the beginning, it was always like planned to shoot a music video for Mother. It was like, it's the obvious thing to do. The song is supposed to be a video. So, but yeah, the only way we could fit it in our schedule was to do it the day after tour, and make everybody wanted involved and be involved, so.
Yeah, I was actually watching it before I did this interview with you, and I just love the aesthetic of it, the whole style and vibe. I really like where you shot too, because I think it's just a great representation, and it's just really cool just with everybody. Definitely, if anyone hasn't checked out Wildstreet Mother, definitely check it out, because I do think it's a little bit like, it's a bold move to do a 7 minute song, but I think you guys just did it just perfectly. It sounds really good, and it holds your attention for the whole time.
Yeah, I think it does. I think it's my favorite song on the album. So I guess I'm a little biased because I like every song, but I do like that one the best. Let's be honest, because it's just different. Different is good.
It's very different. I think definitely you guys are expanding on the sound and stuff. And when you sent me the press release for it, it definitely has a grunge feel to it, like the Alice in Chains, Soundgarden type sound to it, and it just tells a really good story too.
Thank you. Yeah, I think the story for the song and how it was written is it's kind of interesting. Like, Jimmy had written this instrumental and he had never written a vocal for it, and he was in this period and he was writing metal music and hardcore ideas, and so he sent this to me, and I turned it on, and immediately I was listening to a lot of as you said, Soundgarden and Alice in Chains and Vince Sevenfold and Audioslave, like kind of constantly. That's kind of what I was listening to it at that point in time. This was like 2016, no, 2018 actually, or 2007. It was the last song we wrote for the album. And so he sent me this idea that he had from like 2014, and I heard the vocal line, and I came up with the story, and it was really fast. It was like different and inspiring. And so while I was away, because I was on tour playing guitar in another band for a minute not last year, 2018 or 2017, one of those times, but sometime after we had written the song, and I came back, and he took the vocal that I did over his demo, and he arranged it in sort of the way that it's laid out on the album, right? And so he had put this together and flown stuff around and replayed some stuff, and we sent it to Locke and Dom, and we did have a rehearsal space at that time, and so we went to our rehearsal space. We had one rehearsal, and then Dom and Locke had to track all the drums for the album in 7 hours or something, and he killed it. So but that's the story and how it was written. It was that, and Set It Off were the two last songs that were written for Wildstreet III, and you can see, you can sort of hear, it's no surprise that they were released closer to the album than some of the others, because they're more currently, they were just more current songs, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's definitely. I think both those songs are very good representation. I think you guys, it's a little bit of a shift in music for you guys. Like obviously, like you guys, like really hard hitting, loud guitar, and all that. But I think Set It Off and Mother are just a little bit slightly different style for you guys. But it's still rocking music. It's still awesome music. But I think there's just a little bit of shift in there.
Yeah, there's so much development. Like Jimmy and I have been writing songs together since 2005 or something. So that's a really long time. He listens to different things now than he did back then. I listen to way different things too, and I can't say that hair metal is one of the things that I listen to very often. And we didn't even listen to that back then. But with the album today, we released a song called Midnight Children, and that song, let me tell you, that song was like my old Wildstreet band members hated it. Like they hated it. They thought it was so weird, and it was so not cool and stuff. Because I don't know why, but it's influenced heavily. We were listening to Judas Priest and Dio a lot at that time, and hanging out and writing a lot of songs, and a lot of the songs became part of Wildstreet III. But that song is different too, because it's like faster than anything we've ever done. It's a little bit more heavy metal, like new wave of traditional heavy metal, sort of, as I said, Judas Priest sort of inspired. And, it sounds like Wildstreet. Like you listen to like 30 seconds and you'll be like, oh yeah, it's Wildstreet. You know what I mean? But it does have, yet another influence that we didn't really show yet on the other song on the album. So I think it's pretty cool. And yeah, like I'm happy to say that Spotify added it to the hard rock playlist, and Apple Music added it to Breaking Hard Rock, their playlist, which is really, really cool. It's awesome.
Yeah, it really is, especially just to, all the support that I know a lot of people have for you guys in Wildstreet. And it definitely, I think Wildstreet III, I think it's just more progression for your music, but also I think it's like, to me, I think it's your best sounding album so far. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, it's definitely like there's really no comparison. Like we wanted to make a real rock record, and we did. Like Neve console on the drums, and really great drum room, and all really like the sound were like the real guitar amps, and real like, and if the sound wasn't right, we reworked it to make it right, and our producer he's a guitar player, right? And so he also like experimented with using guitar pedals in kind of unique ways, like for example, like you would never think it, you didn't really hear it like this, but on Set It Off, on Push It to the Edge, Set It Off, there's like a layer of me singing into this electro harmonics hog pedal, like it's this old like kind of pitch shifter thing that it sounds amazing on guitars, but I use it on my voice, and it made it like modulate in like kind of a cool way, and so we as I was recording stepped on the stomp box. It's like people it's like old school, you just you use the tools that you have, and you use them to make something that you want sound cool, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it was, he used guitar pedals on drums to get crazy drum sounds. It's like, it's really cool.
Yes, it is. And I really like, because, I mean, obviously it's, as you said, it's a real rock record, but also it's like, it has that, production side, because it sounds really good, but also it has like a little bit of grittiness to it, because it's still like hard rock. You can really feel the music and the emotion in each song.
Yeah. The first record we did, Wildstreet I, was like a study in production. Like, it was way overproduced, and that was what we were going for. Wildstreet II was the opposite. It was underproduced intentionally. We wanted to capture the sound of a live band, which it maybe at that point in time it did, but Wildstreet's a different band with different people and much more aggressive now. So it doesn't really, it wouldn't sound like the band is right now. But I think it's a great record, and I like, it was fun to make too. But Wildstreet III is definitely a mix of those ideas. It's got the intensity and kind of, I don't know. I wouldn't say aggressiveness, but edginess maybe is that of the live band, and and it's got some crazy production, and I think it's really good. I think you guys should check it out.
Definitely do that. Yes, stream, buy it. It's on CD and vinyl. So if you like both, or if you like one or the other, definitely check it out. It's available. If you want a signed copy, it's on Wildstreet's website. I will leave that in the description, or you can get it from Golden Robot as well. They have vinyl and CD.
Yeah. If you don't care about signatures or about free stuff, just go buy them from Golden Robot. Save yourself some money. You know what I mean? If you care about signing it, and you want like some of the extra stuff, or you like T-shirts or something, then go check out our store. Either way, just listen to it. And if you don't need a physical copy, I'm cool with you going on Spotify and saving it to your library and streaming the hell out of it. Just listen to the music, because it's because again, I think it's good.
And I do as well, and I'm the host, so you can trust me, you can trust Eric that this album, it's really good, and definitely check it out, stream it, however you want to get your music, get it in some way. But also, you can get this really cool shirt I'm wearing on Wildstreet store. You can get, I really like the Mother shirt, but I wore it for my interview with Leon of Offensive, so I was like, I don't want to wear it. I try to vary my shirts, and I haven't worn this one yet, so that's why I'm wearing this one.
Cool. When was the interview?
That was in beginning of June.
Oh, okay.
A couple weeks ago, yeah.
Cool. I like Leon's awesome.
Yeah, honestly, he was really cool. Unfortunately, he was playing in Fort Wayne, and I had another commitment, so I couldn't make it. But he is someone I really want to meet in person because he's intelligent, and like he just knows so much about. Like we took like very different avenues of the interview, and like it was really cool.
Oh, cool. Yeah. We're playing with those guys again on July 9th, actually, at Harrisburg, Midtown Art Center. It's going to be a great show.
Nice.
So, we play with, Offensive in Frederick, Maryland, at the end of the tour the shirt that you're wearing in the April tour.
They are really awesome. Like, that is like old school thrash metal with like a new spin on it. They're ridiculously good too.
Yeah, they're fun. I love them. Great.
But speaking of tours and shows, so very recently, actually earlier this week, you Wildstreet, Blind Anxiety, you guys announced a new tour for July, and it's gonna be awesome. I know you're coming back to Indianapolis. Can't wait to see you in person again. But you're also playing with my friends, the Rumours. You finally get that tour to happen.
Yeah. This tour has been planned for about a year. Well, actually a year and a half, because a year ago it was supposed to happen. So this was the main tour that was booked for last year. And we're playing with the Rumours, and it's about a month long, and it'll take us from New York City out to Rockfest, down to Texas, back through Mississippi, and it's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to play with the Rumours. It was really cool to meet them when we went to the live stream at the bunker in Iowa.
Yeah.
And because until that point, I had never met Carly in person, and we had talked over email, and on Instagram and all these, and then finally we meet in person. And it's like, it was just really cool. But, so everyone should come down to one of the shows. We got shows in Pennsylvania, shows in, Chicago and Nebraska, I believe, and, Kansas and Oklahoma, and a lot of shows in Texas, and it's just going to be a great show for rock fans, because you get two really good bands.
Yes, it is. Unfortunately, I have another commitment on the Chicago show, July 15th. I feel like I say that a lot. Unfortunately, I know I'm busy with obviously interviews and podcasting and all that stuff, but definitely if you're in the Indiana, Chicago, Wisconsin, Michigan, Iowa, anywhere in the vicinity of Chicago, Illinois, see them live July 15th. Also, as you said, Texas, a lot of shows in Texas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, all that, and Mississippi. So if you want to see a rockin' show, see them. Also, I finally I've only met Carly once, and that was at the Ruin in April in Fort Wayne. She's so cool. I've done 2 interviews with her since last year into this year, and I finally got to meet her in person. And she's just awesome. She's just so cool to hang out with.
Yeah, she's fun. I honestly, I can't. There's a million reasons why I can't wait for this tour. Playing with the Rumours is going to be awesome. Going to see, Wildstreet toured a lot in Texas, in the old days, back in 2011, 2012, 2010. And we spent a lot of time there, and I haven't seen some of my friends down in Texas. Maybe once I saw them at Rocklahoma 2017, but there's we spent a lot of time in Oklahoma, and going to play and seeing old friends and seeing how our fan base has grown, and there are new fans in these areas. It's really cool. And before I forget, my best friend and our co-founder and songwriter, he had a commitment in New York in July, so he couldn't make the tour. So what did I do? The first person I asked was Brandon Fields from Minefield, because he's a great guitar player and we're friends. And so he's going to be playing in July for all the tour dates. He's going to be playing. He's playing the part of Jimmy.
You must be reading my notes. That was actually my next thing I wanted to talk about. Brandon Fields. I'm friends with him on Facebook. Another person I really want to meet that I haven't yet, and I'm going to have that opportunity coming up very shortly. He's just an awesome guitar player, super nice dude as well, and I'm looking forward to seeing him shred in person.
Yeah, we've never played together.
Oh, really?
No, we've actually never met face to face. I don't even think we ever talked on the phone. We just, I sang a song on his album, or I co-wrote and sang, which came out great, by the way. But he was a friend of, he was in a band with a friend of mine from the Detroit area who I played with at some show in 2011, and we still talk, and now we talk more than ever because we also played a show together this year. But and his name is Kyle, and so I guess Brandon heard Tennessee Cocaine. He talked to Kyle. He was in a band with Kyle, and somehow I got asked to sing on the song. And it was before, like, Brandon had decided that Minefield was an actual band, so he was, like, just asking people that he wanted to be on his record. And so I was like, yeah, it sounds like fun. And it ended up, as I said, it ended up coming out awesome. So.
Yeah, it definitely did. The Minefield album, it's just phenomenal. The whole sound of that is it's so good. Like, I don't really know exactly how to describe it. It's just so good. That's like the best way I can say it.
Yeah, I love it. Honestly, I listen to it all the time because it's like it rocks me the right way.
I got you. Yeah, and it's just so cool. Like, when he made that announcement, I think a few days ago, it's like Minefield, Wildstreet. He's playing in Wildstreet. Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah. He's a pro. He plays in a lot of bands. It's a no-brainer, and he was available. So I'm so happy it worked out, though. It's going to be so cool.
Yeah, top-notch guitarist, as you said, true professional, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you guys. So you guys are coming to Indianapolis July 14th at the Black Circle, which I just saw Rose and Red, the other LA, and Fiber there. It's a cool place. It's a brewery / like Cuban cafe, and there's and then the other side's like a business area. It's a really unique venue. And unfortunately, it rained yesterday, and so they couldn't perform outside, so it was inside. But it was a lot of fun. Like the Rose and Red and the other LA, they really bring it live. They really rock live.
Yeah. I love it. Great. But yeah. I heard good things about that space, like that. It's cool to. So you said it's a brewery and a Cuban cafe.
Yeah, Cuban. Yeah. So it's a funny story. So I'm not from Indianapolis. So I go to the venue. I walk in the first set, because it's like a boardwalk. There's a set of doors, and then 6 feet over is another set of doors. So I just walk in the first set of doors after I got my wrist tag and paid my cover and all that. And then I walk in, and it's an arcade bar stage. So I go, okay, I think I'm in the right area. And I walk up and I go, hi, I'm not from here, obviously. And he's like, yeah, food's on that side. So I was like, oh, okay. So I walk out and I go into it, and it's so different. Like the brewery part is all dark. They got vintage movies on the in an arcade and pinball machines, all kind of in one area. And I go to the Cuban cafe next door, and it's all bright colors. It's all lit, and it's wow, this is different.
But you had fun though, right?
Oh, I had a really good time. They got some really good empanadas there too. So definitely, if anyone is going to the Black Pepper, definitely check that out. Everything's reasonably priced. And I was talking to one guy, and he's like, "Yeah, it was. They have so much like craft beer there. It's like coffee beer and soda and like a bunch of different stuff." So definitely, I had a great time there. It sounded really good, and it was just fun to hang out with all those bands.
It starts in New York, in Brooklyn, on July 7th. We're playing with this band Tragedy. They're like the heavy metal Bee Gees tribute band. We used to play with them back in 2011, 2012, and like we played Brooklyn Bowl and I think Asbury Lanes and some other shows with them. And they're doing a residency at this new venue called the Brooklyn Monarch, which is actually really, really close to my apartment. But so yeah, they asked me, and I was like, yeah, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. So let's just do it. Let's kick off our tour in Brooklyn.
No, that's really awesome. Definitely, I will, actually, after this interview, I will put up the poster for Wildstreet, all their tour dates. See them as many times as you can, even if it's only once. See them as many times as you can, because it's you guys, like when I saw you in April at the Irvine Theater, you guys sound super good live. Like, you guys are a tight band, and just the sound, it sounds like your studio stuff. It's like, I already know it. As soon as you play the song, it's like, I already know that's what the song is, because you guys sound so good.
Oh, thank you. I honestly, like, because we've done more shows and we toured again. Like, I think the band is killing it right now. Like, we're the best we've been, and you know, yeah. Like, honestly, you look at the music video. That's exactly, if you look at the music video and then you look at our live performance in Tampa, it's the exact same thing. So you're going to get a really great show. So so yeah, definitely come out and have fun.
definitely hang out with you guys at Wildstreet. You guys are always super fun. I know the first time, so I went to take a picture with you at the April show, and there was a chunk of concrete missing, and I fell right into you. So that was actually like one of the first day I met you, I fell into you because I tripped over something.
It happens. I trip every day. It's okay.
It's true, yeah. But definitely, as I said, I'll leave the tour poster up. See them live. You guys sound really good, and it's going to be a fun night. I know that. I'm already, like, once you guys announced you're going to be in Indy, it's like, I will be there. I've got the hotel booked. I will be there.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll have fun.
Oh, for sure.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Definitely. So definitely see them all the tour dates as well. I talked with John Merchant of Ghost of Sunset, and I know you guys are very good friends, obviously on the same label, Golden Robot. So he says that you wake up in the morning and you're already glammed out in stage clothes. Is that true?
It depends what I do the night. No, I usually it's pretty much the same thing, but I do change my clothes, but that's only because I got to do yoga and run. So, but yeah, John's awesome. I love Ghost of Sunset, and I did a song with them too, which was really cool. It's called All I Want to Do Is Rock, and it was really fun to work on, and I think the world of Todd and John, and they keep releasing really great songs, so it's cool.
Yeah, their new single, it really surprised me, because I heard their EP. I really liked their EP, and then they bust out with No Saints in the City, and it's like, it's like pop rock with the keys and all that. It's like, man, I was not expecting it, from those dudes, but they're super talented, and again, just super professional as well.
Yeah, they're talented, and they're nice, and they're awesome. So, it's pretty cool, like a lot of the bands on Golden Robot, like, we all kind of communicate, and we're kind of all, like, not all the bands, but, like, there's, like, certain bands that you talk to a lot and you're friends with. Like, they say like the Golden Robot family. Well, they also, they signed LA Cobra, who's part of the Wildstreet family, and they signed Smash Gladys, who was, one of my favorite bands ever. You know what I mean? So, it's just really cool. And like, we talk to, I talk to like King Zebra all the time. I talk Tough on Fridays. I talk to them like almost every day. It's like Twitter stuff or Instagram or Facebook or something. It's just like, it's really cool that what they're doing and how, we're all, in a sense, we're not out for ourselves only. We're out for everybody else too.
Yeah, definitely. And I actually want to talk about Golden Robots. Again, you have nice lead-ins for this interview because, like, you mentioned something. It's like, oh, wow, that's actually what I wanted to talk about next. So you're good with that. Because, like, I see Golden Robot, and to me, I just get a different kind of, like, vibe from them. Like, when I interact with them, either, personally or, like, in Instagram, Twitter, whatever, and they're super supportive of, like, all the bands on the roster. And it's just not like a traditional record label, especially like kind of nowadays, where they just sign you and say, "Hey, you're on our label," and then they don't do anything for you. They promote you guys. They, obviously they do these nice video packages. Like I saw the teaser they made for Mother, and it's like they're again super professional to work with. I love working with Golden Robot. But what drew you to signing with Golden Robot? Or drew Wildstreet, I should say, to signing with Golden Robot?
Well, okay, so we released Tennessee Cocaine in August of 2019, and we were unsigned, through, we released Born to Be, and that was the last song that was before we signed with Golden Robot. We were actively looking for the right label. Like, we had plenty of offers, and none of them were very good. And then Golden Robot, I had just done the song with Brandon, and I was riding around Brooklyn on my bike because I was pandemic crazy, and I was listening to, Spotify Hard Rock, and I saw Shotgun Mistress, and I looked them up, and I saw Golden Robot. So two things leading to the same place. What I did is I went on their website and I emailed Mark, right? And I wrote to him, and he's like, send me, cause I sent him some Spotify links, or I sent him a SoundCloud, something, and he's like, he really likes to have like the wave file or the MP3 to listen to it for real. And so I sent him the album in a sense, and he listened to it for the weekend, and he said, I think by Saturday, he's like, okay, let's set up a meeting for Monday. I'm interested. And so we talked for 5 minutes, and he says exactly what I needed to hear at that point, because like no labels were offering us marketing, and like I think that I don't think that any band can get enough attention just from promoting themselves. They need expert PR people, people who know how to market music. And he has, Golden Robot has a lot of really great press people in different parts of the world who are working for the bands. And so when he offered, he didn't want to take our publishing, which was the first thing. You don't think that this happens anymore. Every indie label wants to take your publishing. And he didn't want it. He didn't want to do that. And I was like, between that and the budget that we had for marketing, there was other things that were also really artist friendly, and like the contract took like 2 days to negotiate. It was really easy, because they're artist friendly. And so, yeah. With that said, it was kind of a no-brainer. Once he made his offer, it was like, yeah, of course. Because, like, at that point, the other half of the record, or the first 3 songs, were released. Like, I started a record label, right? And I had some pretty good major distribution, but it couldn't compare to having they have a lot of really great things going. So yeah, it all happened really quickly, and then they also got us right out. They're like, yeah, we're going to release. We signed a deal at the end of September. By mid-October, we were ready to put out the Still Love You radio edit. And so we did, and we released the full single, a month later, and the video. And that was a good end to 2020,
Yeah, for sure, and definitely Golden Robot. Like I really like working with them. They're so just easy to work with, and as you said, the owner Mark, he has actually his own podcast, and he talks about like a lot of the music industry and like the problems with it and stuff, and like what he actively tries to do with Golden Robot, and I really like it. He spits a lot of truth on his podcasts.
Yeah, I watch all of them too, and I think he does a really good job.
Oh yeah, for sure. So definitely, if you're not familiar with Bill Rock, check out their whole roster. I know they recently signed Filter. I think that was a couple months ago. They signed Filter, and Riley's LA Guns was recent as well. So they're definitely really expanding with some very high caliber talent.
Yeah, it's a lot of great bands.
For sure.
A lot of great bands. It's awesome. So awesome.
Yeah, and I was talking to John of Ghost Sunset, and he kind of said similar stuff. It's like you can get so far with releasing yourself, but you need other people behind you. You need a support team behind you to actually push the content and market it correctly. And also, they have so many connections. Like Golden Robot has so many connections with like record label, with the radio stations and just publicists everywhere. That you need that extra support, especially with release like of Wildstreet III. You need that extra help.
Yeah, and the reputation is really, it's like that's almost more important than anything. It's like you're part of this company with a really good reputation. And it makes you just. As an artist, it makes you look better than maybe an artist who's not affiliated with that label, or maybe has a label that doesn't have such a great reputation. You know what I mean? And so yeah, I think the world of them. So
yeah, definitely, for sure. Definitely, actually, a reputation like that's definitely a very, especially in the music industry and kind of any kind of entertainment. You need to have a good reputation. At least people think you have good reputation, you present yourself well and all that. It really goes far.
Yeah. Okay, I'll talk about this. Like, that's a lesson I learned. It's not about reputation, but it's about, being willing to go out of your way, to make your fans feel good, right? And it's like, okay, like in the old days, Wildstreet, I was aloof. I was doing my own thing and, whatever. And, it was a very conscious plan of mine to connect better with our audience. And so that's why I went to from 0 to 10,000 and on social media, and why, I've been, kind of pushing so hard and also trying to connect better with fans, like at shows, in every way, and willing to put myself, in it's because it's like, I appreciate you. You guys listen to Wildstreet, it's a lot, it helps me understand what you want from Wildstreet and how to make Wildstreet shows, our music better, and also how to make you feel better coming to the shows, and how you, we all like rock and roll. So so anyway, I know it's like kind of related, kind of not, but I feel like it's something that I should say.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Like when we first met, I was just sitting in the crowd of the Irvine Theater. You actually walked up to me and said, "Thank you for coming out." Like you're definitely very appreciative of everyone. Even if you just come out or if you like Wildstreet, you always show your appreciation. I definitely think that does go a long way with people.
Yeah, I think it's just I am appreciating. I'm just being honest. It's a lot easier to be honest than dishonest. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I feel you too, especially if anyone supports Super Cool Radio. Like, I'm always appreciative of it too, because you're supporting me and what I do, and it's like the same thing with you in Wildstreet. Anyone supports you, I really show appreciation because you're supporting the music, but you're also supporting the person behind it as well.
Yeah, totally. Like, that's why when the label has a release of some artists, I may never heard them yet or they have a pre-save for a new artist or some other band on the label. First thing I do is I share it on Wildstreet fan page. When you come out with, I just, release this radio show. The first thing I do is I put on, because our fans care. You know what I mean? Our fans want to know these things. So, and I know that whatever, like, I want to share it. I'm not just sharing it just to share it. I think our fans want to know about new music, and they want to know about new radio shows, and they want to hear these things and see these things. And so, it's not just like, it's called the Wildstreet fan page, but there's more to Wildstreet than just Wildstreet. You know what I mean? There's like all the people who are exterior, but connected. You know.
Oh yeah, no, everything that's in the Wildstreet fan page. Also, if you're not in the Facebook group, definitely check it out. Like, that's how I learned of Shotgun Mistress, and they rock. Like, they are awesome, and I learned that through the Wildstreet fan page.
Yeah, they're awesome. They're awesome.
I just started listening to them this week, and it's like, man, I've been missing out.
Yeah, I love that song.
Yeah.
I was into it over and over. I'm serious too. But yeah, they're so good. For sure.
But also some very cool that actually it's kind of funny because I got a connection between you and the artist that you actually did some lyrics for. Actually, a song for was "Bliss My Heart" out of France. How did you guys actually make the connection? How did you guys meet?
Well, there is, it was very long ago, and she did an interview. She was working in PR, and and Jenna did an interview of Wildstreet, of me about Wildstreet, and we hadn't talked in a while, and she sent me this instrumental, and her producers killed it, and she's like, will you sing, I'm hearing like this sort of dark sort of vibe, and like, I will pretty much, if somebody asks me to sing on something, as long as, if I'm writing on it, as long as I have time, I love doing it. So it's like, it makes you better, and also it's also my job. But anyway, it was well produced, and she's like, okay, you can just, she sent me some scratch lyrics on like that she had written in her notepad or on a piece of paper or whatever she had done. And, I used that to kind of come up with let's face it, I wrote the melody first, and then I pieced together the words from kind of what she had sent me. It kind of, I kind of did my own thing, but she and her producers liked it, and I think it came out pretty cool. It's so different from Wildstreet, and I'm so proud of it for that reason. And so it's going to be coming out July 23rd. And the pre-save link will be, probably available by the end of the weekend. So you can pre-save it on Spotify, and, the artwork is done by Adam, who does Wildstreet's tour posters, and he did the Set It Off and Still Love You album covers, or single covers. So yeah, it's really cool. I can't wait for everybody to hear it.
Yeah, she actually talked to me about it. I haven't heard it yet. She said she's finishing it up right now, and I'm really excited, especially her, like, you guys, obviously you and Bliss My Heart together. I was like, man, that's gonna be really cool, because I think you guys' style really, like, it would mesh very well. But also, she sent me the artwork too. I was like, man, I was thinking, like, that kind of looks like Wildstreet's artwork. That's why I was thinking it in my head. I was looking at it.
She asked me, hey, do you know somebody who didn't do the album cover. I was like, yeah, of course. And because, again, like, I think this song is really good. I think it's totally unexpected and it, you know, it does have the producers played a guitar solo at the end, but it's a lot of electronic stuff. So it's just exciting to do, something, you know, everybody in Wildstreet does their like side projects, but I hadn't really done except for like collaborations, and it was all within the same genre recently. So I'm really excited. I think everybody's gonna love it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I think just doing stuff that's outside of your comfort zone, I think it just makes you a better musician, a better songwriter. I think it improves you once you push the boundaries a little bit for like genres and stuff.
Yeah, and like nobody's heard me sing this way. You know what I mean? It's like people think that I can't do something because I don't. There's no need for me to sing like in Wildstreet. Okay, but yeah, so like that's really like I love music and I love singing and so it's cool to be a different character, you know.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Yeah, she actually contacted me a few months ago about her last single, Let Her Go Canyon, which it's very different. It's like pop, but not at the same time, if that makes any kind of sense. But it's definitely a unique style.
Yeah. It's pop in the sense of keyboards, but like, you know, it's kind of punk, you know what I mean? It's kind of punk rock.
It's definitely, it's nice. It's a mix of genre. I can't really say it's like, oh, it's like this style. It's like she has many different like influences and stuff, and she just kind of makes it a whole just, you know, pot of something that's actually really cool.
It's good. Yeah. So July 23rd, you get it.
Exactly. If it links out for this interview, I would definitely put that in the description as well. Awesome. Both, you and Bliss My Heart, awesome musicians. And definitely, I'm really looking forward to it. Like, she's been talking to me about it for a couple months. Like, as soon as she told me it was you, and I was like, man, it's going to be so cool.
Thank you. Yeah.
So, for sure. And so we're wrapping up this interview almost at the hour mark right now. I can't believe we talked for this long. A lot of stuff that I knew, like, I had a full page of notes. I usually don't, but I knew, like, we have so much to discuss with the tour, Wildstreet III, music video, Golden Robot, Bless My Heart. Like, I knew there was so much stuff to talk about for this episode. So, again, Aaron, thank you so much. So, please, Wildstreet live. I'll put the tour poster after this interview. Definitely check them out on all those tour dates. And if you haven't streamed or bought Wildstreet III, do that. Do it.
Just do it.
Hopefully Nike doesn't come after me. Yeah, definitely. So you announced the tour with the Rumours. You got Wildstreet III out. How are you going to close out 2021? Because I think you're doing a badass job of it right now.
Oh, yeah. So we were supposed to be on the Swiss Rock cruise right now, but it got postponed until October. So we're going to be doing the Swiss Rock cruise in October, and hopefully, because perhaps Europe will be more open, then we'll be trying to be doing some more tour dates. We had only like 3 other shows, and we'll try to make it into more of a tour. But we also have a tour that's not yet announced for August, and also regional dates in September and October. And we have a 2-week tour possibly in October into November, late October into November, or maybe it's November, mid-November. I don't know, but we're playing. Listen, we just released a record, so we're going to be out promoting this record, for a minute. So, for the rest of the year, you probably get to see us live, and probably not have to deal with me saying, yo, save it on Spotify. You know, you probably be like, hey, we're at this is such and such venue in this city. But it's all good.
Yeah, for sure. And definitely, if they're in an area near you, definitely see them live. If you're able to see them with the Rumours, it's going to be a rocking show of killer rock music. Can I say rock enough times? I think I did in that segment.
you can never say rock too many times.
That's right. No, that's words to live by right there. But definitely check out Stream Support. Give a like to Wild Street. And if you're in my area, they'll be in Indianapolis. That'll be July 14th at the Black Circle. Awesome venue, as I discussed. And you can see them in Chicago the following night, July 15th, with the Rumours at the Live Wire Lounge. Aaron, thank you so much for hanging out with me. And I'm Matthew Thomas, of course, the host of Super Cool Radio.
Thank you.